Yanko. Some na mo start.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah,
started.
When I mo start so Yanko.
Go we injury.
I see mo here.
Ade fa.
Dia ono be na house why be.
Akomenya abotemo baby o mu free ba no. Enye easy. Udenya abot meaning say like omo try to get to you.
Things are tough for them.
Yeah, so trying
so we need
to
be very calm.
Yeah.
Things are tough for.
Monya intro ni Yanko.
Okay.
Right.
You are welcome to the 4 Post podcast. Nemum.
Yeah.
And then answer na be kono. Where? Kruma say. So free say waso den a. Waso nya den chance asabon sam.
No correct.
No see there.
So free say wabatwe. Emu den a. Wabatwe mu nya den chance asabon sam.
Wabade.
Abatwe.
Wabade.
Ade awabatwe.
Abatwe mu na Dr. Kiki.
Yeah.
Ka say asam wo ho.
Asem die.
Ka say asam wo ho.
Asem wo ho.
Asam wo ho.
Asem gina ho.
Asembireba.
Aye. Etie for ni ahwefo.
Yeah.
You see, you guys listen to me very carefully. Today, we have 2 special people on the set with us.
Yeah.
Very, very special.
They are
people.
very special.
And who are they?
One is an ex-convict.
Yeah. and one is running away.
He's running away. He's a warder.
Yeah.
Because will be a warder. I don't know. Also, son na die.
Sanda dear.
Also, son na die.
Baby, o free banya bete.
Hey, mom. Yeah, ex-convict. Let me introduce you to Michael Asaribodu. And then please watching what them here, you know.
You know. What's somebody here? It's here for.
What could need for speed? I mean, actually, no. Yes, I speed.
Mom, pam no uncle.
Okay. Yes, it can. No. You be manufacturer no be who say the actual would eat. Hey, massa here too. Okay,
Nana.
Actually, I'm perplexed. My name Demoka.
We are
I only the worker answer.
We are ex-convict.
Somebody here at tier 4.
Convict music.
At tier 4. Homete.
Convict music.
A hammy. So over here for the past 2-3 days.
I can't be way. I can't be like say Econ Bass of first now. Lean trended.
Yeah.
I say, Senegal ni be Papa or US or Bonyum Kama, your friend Akon.
Akon.
Sorry, ex-convict.
A hard drink. Somewhere here for the past 2-3 days, you shoot content.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what they call follow.
Yeah. Oh, all
I
right.
don't want to casana.
Just a hammer cry.
Oh,
just say. For the past 2-3 days, over here you try content. Yeah, you boy do I know what ha just say. Or no one susu you move. A quatra by kukum.
Let me, you know, me be a simo. I come here can't tell.
Convict music.
A quatra about
God of agenda.
About kukum.
Oh.
See, Eneya na nyame ya adoma. Itimi koye ya enya bill amano, but yes your chance and find the final betche na.
Until much even away in the shame.
Oh ya ni ape nice t-shirt am. Enya ye kwa enya beto oni di yo. Mutu a enra ye man sister de command.
O ma je di wo.
Magiedi. Ha. Na
It's such a sad incident.
A hard dream.
Na ye kono.
Ye hu se obi so anya accident.
Obi so anya accident we.
Our kwan so. Fee.
How many times did you call him?
Fee. Also ye now kwa so ye kwe ye nwa na ye hu se ye nwa ba akoso so anya anipa church pop.
Ana boy na wo
dia na kwaso we na kwaso. Sana chese unya me se wo fa baby but ye hwe baby a car na direction free a utumu se hotel bi wo ekwan so baby
ana no free ba
nti ho na utumu se wo betie sikwan wo hwe ade ni di utumu se
ye hwe se ye be ye nua sare boadu
boadu no
no so afa akire
ono so afa akire
akobo baby wo
one side eti e heka na nim ba bia e free ba na otum se free hotel ho na etie se kwan nim minim e bi okoye business meeting
one business meeting e dey business meeting wakobo adwaman na ya che no na ne ka akonya accident am obi dia bo na nim a enti ye tiefo ne ahwefo ene 4 post yi areho na abakakra ex convict wa convict music asari ekon ana DJ bom nyom eke order fifi order because said the bumper na tu ana unua ode e pose ni glue so solo no minim so efitani da
follow me bumper
mi wi ase oba e nyina minim so efitani da
eti fifi nyom no eye
make it follow me bumper to bumper and then bumper to bumper and I convict music akon Itiane, we are back in full.
Intro na more than 5 minutes aye no.
10 minutes.
Oh, amen.
Hey, asam na reho.
E bi cry enkofo.
Ye wo inside. O me kakra dia bre ye.
Obi e ka. Obi e bia. Wine no mu kra.
No mu dem yes ye fa nem bra chana.
Yes ye fa nem bra chana no me mark no ho a was license.
Agenda he na tia no.
Aya ye Kristo adwuma. Agenda bay bonisia make sure say Kristo need there what the bonne ebeche
we ya cho be free a be di ka be pacho
so who say eba no who say eba no thing
what them 3 days as convict let it we are back for the review on say weekend the games we bring out so you know some bittersweet victories here and there maybe muswani go ase Antonio Conte say ja adwuma no nya biemu
ono de meaning that coach me nim de ha no or spineless
wasan do
BBC kakra bia
wasan on fionko
waka mi tabali esusa no ye ko bobo na se wo na wo ye bo na no nya bia mo anu
ache bo na bo so motu
opekro nya adwuma no ye discuss no wasan do
the way I work as na say it goes beyond the coaching as a BBC weekend ada who who try no please
mama me you my film
so this and many more ana ye de be bro e wo 4 post podcast
I say oh
still your man on board. My name is Michael Akomiaje fifi my friend wa ha bumper to bumper man ex convict
no that thing
Econ music. Honestly, what has na the
moment to try to explain. And then power mama my commercial break go no.
Gano me dia se o koton de. Unica pre.
Okay. The cotton bumper no now so my tongue nice.
Hey, follow me bumper.
And they come shoot. Where's some
also mu
at the end of which me
first one
because baby ehun na wu pf na hotel na wu kie baby na won ka na no ne kire no na hotel na no na wo ko he wo ko ye meeting
na free hin na eba
because me akomia ka kire me say wo ko ye a meeting but the way na ka na no
kana
uguso asanya ma ne boy den the bumper no boy
masa you adwuma na mzunye adwuma
kafra
una frustrated that bumper
is be at baby test me
I said I didn't say leaky so no media ni
therefore ansa na e be call
e mo me anye sports ni enko
once 50 2 minutes be no pida na phone na dem money ko phone no 2 minutes be no pida phone
who say fear down
okay so a round of applause for the new iPhone 17 owner.
Congregation.
Can you please show your phone to the camera?
That far phone check camera no.
Please show it.
Trying to get an eSIM. But I get phone.
Okay.
But this is my old phone, be iPhone 10.
It looks like you are not in the mood for sports, so me and Ninko.
Yebeka Sports and etie for us sign up for this.
So how does it feel to have an iPhone 17?
Oh, Masha. I feel to
I want to be like you.
Where iPhone saying?
Where 13?
And I'll kita 17. It's where your yam no. Where will be prayer point oh. And where 17.
iPhone 30.
So
it took it iPhone 30. Wow. So how does it feel?
There is no feeling. Be you people every day. You complain that when you every time we come here, I'll be charging my phone.
I don't how does it feel?
I don't feel anything, Masa.
It's the first day I know. So, me as one now.
Me and Masa, this is the very first time buying brand new iPhone, mom.
Okay. So you wanted brand new.
Wow!
Shout out to our PZ boys. I'm holding. Your PZ boys are holding. Your circle boys are holding. Damasi. Say a buy now. I'm pay me one side by. You know the honors how I did the brand.
I'm going to cut iPhone la. Brand new Shabos, but battery health near 87.
Please, I 87. Don't charge your phone to be a share. I'll be a battery health. I'm say, oh, battery. Over to go, now get to track.
Oh, but it's nice. It's
nice. Oh, congratulations.
Into any color way, babe.
We know.
Gray. Oh, actually gray.
You show it to the camera.
I want to be like you.
Otto and then the watcher now. Where I would say.
Where is 7?
8.
Oh! I cracked him.
Wow!
Congratulations.
iPhone 30.
Congratulations.
Oh,
because baby I can PF in there. Na but
Hotel needing the same.
No because I say yes and be hard because we say okay.
And call insha.
And the mountain and Cow insha. And the man Patoko.
What me go insha.
So let's start the conversation. I want to ask this question. Is Pep the best Premier League manager?
Pep
Guardiola.
And at the end about what is here,
that's our question. Hey, and I will please you. Now doing your mommy bring home.
Is Pep the best Premier League manager?
Are they? Let's convert in bumper to bumper.
Is Pep the best Premier League manager?
I think so.
Let me go around. Akomia.
Ever?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah.
No.
In the Premier League era?
No.
Kiki.
No. Who was Akomia? No, say Busame.
Fee.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's expand it. We are doing this discussion on the background of what happened during the weekend. Pep played his 1000th Premier League game. Game as in his career as a manager, and it was an emphatic 3-0 victory over Liverpool. A result that actually has put Man City in the fray as regards the Premier League title. Arsenal dropped points against Sunderland. Remember, don't forget. So we want to have a conversation around this. The impact of Pep in the Premier League and as to whether it outweighs that of any other manager that has graced the English Premier League. It's actually a league that has given us the finest of coaches who have come and then they've dominated in their own era. There is Sir Alex Ferguson and Manchester United. There is a great Arsene Wenger. Jose Mourinho came in at a point in time, and then Pep Guardiola has also come on board to just carve his own path. But we want to assess the impact of all these managers vis-a-vis that of Pep. Then we'll get to know whether Pep is better than them in terms of the impact and then the legacy that they've actually chalked as regards the English Premier League. Then we'll be discussing the other results. Chelsea beat Wolves. It wasn't surprising though because it is a struggling Wolves. And so it was a win that Chelsea got. Manchester United and Spurs split the point in a 2-2 draw. The last 5 minutes of the game was more exciting than the entire 85 minutes that we saw before that. And then in the other leagues, Bayern Munich. What?
Let me remember you.
Boy, and let me remember you.
Only few love you.
I don't see it.
Let's just say.
And I
can't stand for love with you.
How can you mention results and forget about Arsenal Belkuta versus Sunderland?
Oh, but I mentioned it.
That one mention.
Oh, I said Arsenal.
Abranti.
Okay, so describe the Arsenal one for us.
Only fools love you. And I can't.
Okay, let's talk about the results. Then we'll get into the Pep Guardiola bit. So Arsenal drew 2-2 away at Sunderland, and they considered in the Premier League for the very first time in a long while.
Yeah, after 9 matches.
What does this mean for the title race? And then the result, what does it mean for Sunderland?
Early days yet, my confidence for Sunderland. I think going into this game, the biggest question that every single person was asking was, when is Arsenal going to concede? That is why we always say, watch this podcast. Watch this podcast. Every single detail, every single odds you want. Because I vividly remember there were certain predictions that were made by all of us on Thursday. And if you watch the pod, I think you would have won something out of the games that we gave you. We sat here and we discussed the Sunderland game, and most of us felt like Saturday was going to be the day Arsenal concedes against a rejuvenated Sunderland side who plays at home with a lot of intensity. And I believe they have enough quality within their team to match any team due to the signings that they made when they were coming from the Championship. I think they've really invested in their squad well, but it was all about getting the right balance. And for now, you look at their team and I think they have the right balance. For us now, Mike, nothing has really happened. These things happen. There was no way Arsenal was going to go unbeaten in the league this season. And I'm yet to even see a team in the Premier League after 2004 go unbeaten in the Premier League. But definitely there will be runs. Maybe 10 games winning streak, 12 games winning streak. I'm yet to even see a team go on 20 games winning streak, Mike. Even in the Premier League. For 15, I stand to be corrected. But I don't think any team has actually gone 15 games winning streak in the Premier League. Definitely you falter at some point in time. But when you falter, it's about how you pick up the points. And I think for Arsenal, they shouldn't be down. Mike, these are things that will happen throughout the season. These are things you will see. And I think drawing away to Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, where I believe top teams have actually gone there and they've started to deceive. And they've tried to do a lot of things to get results, but they don't get it. Then you go there, lead by 2-1, look at the intensity, things happen and you draw 2-2. If they had lost, that is when there could have been a problem. But for a draw, Mike, 2 goals versus 2 goals. Come on. Just maybe the pride of keeping clean sheets is off. But the vision of winning the league should still be there. The pride of losing your clean sheet, you'll be worried. But the vision of winning the Premier League should be there. Should exist. There's nothing that has really changed. But for Sunderland, Mike, I think they've really announced themselves well. I think for a team that have actually entered into the league after a long stay out, during the first round of the Premier League, I think they are positioning themselves in a certain way where even when form drops or there's an injury situation, they wouldn't be fighting for a slot to remain in the league. Or wouldn't be in relegation battle as soon as things begin to go down. Every single team in this world has ups and downs. They will get to a point in time where I believe Sunderland will come down. There's a point in time where I believe Arsenal will face one or two things. City have actually faced some at the beginning of the season. Now they are on the rise. There will be a time they will also come down a little bit. But it's about how many points you've actually gotten as at a certain point in time where you are going down. That can keep you in the race or keep you out of relegation battle. That is where the discussion will usually be about. And I think for the two teams, they gave us a Premier League classic. My oh my. One of the best games I watched during the weekend. That was a proper backless Premier League game. Remember the proper backless Premier League? Throw-ins here and there, set pieces here and there, old English style, long balls, kick, scrappy goals here and there. These are the things. There were screamers that go by Leandro Trossard. Top quality execution. Top goal. But I think, that was the fair result of the game. Sunderland came out. They took the risk. Arsenal also went out there, took the risk. But I think, results needed to be...
How far can Sunderland go? I wanted to rhyme with the introduction of that game, come up with some rhyming words, blah, blah, blah. Sunderland, mobile way.
Stadium of Light.
Stadium of Light, okay. So,
Stadium of Light.
So, at the Stadium of Light, Arsenal suffered a blight in their title fight.
Bass!
Then
of course,
relax, I'm not done. Against Sunderland, the Gunners were left wandering like Alice in Wonderland.
Bass!
Escape from Sobibor. A.K.A. Convict Music.
As a matter of fact, Xhaka left Arteta wondering, in fact, what actually has gone wrong. But Sunderland have a team that is intact. So where did Sunderland go from here?
Saka wanted to carry the day. But there was one player called Bukayo Saka.
But oh, that's all. Aye, bass. Yeah.
So Sunderland and their start to the season is remarkable. The job that Regis Lebris has done so good. Can we potentially see a run that is similar to that of Nottingham Forest last season? And Danuno?
I believe so, but it's still early days yet. Currently, they played 11 games.
Yeah.
They have, I think they are fourth right now.
Yeah. 19
points plus 4 goals.
Yeah.
That is remarkable coming from the championship and being able. The club have literally played all the big sides. I think with the exception of Manchester United, where they lost by 2-0 at Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams. But apart from that, they have beaten some good sides, and I believe they can have that run of, Bournemouth last season, Nottingham Forest season, and all that. I think they will be in the top 10.
Okay. They will be in the top 10.
The top 10, yeah. I believe they will clock a top 10.
Okay, let me check theirs. I think what did the trick for them was their recruitment, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because
let's look at their players.
Let's just look at the team that they have.
The team, okay.
Their goalkeeper is Robin Ruffs. I want to know, he's been with them. He joined them from NEC Nijmegen, from the Dutch Eredivisie.
Yeah.
Then there is Nodi Mukiele. He's played for Paris Saint-Germain in times past. Dan Ballard basically had to come with them. Then there is Lucharel Gertruida from the Dutch Eredivisie again, formerly of Feyenoord. Then there is Reinido Mandava, formerly of Atletico Madrid. Then Traore.
Ata Musuaku.
Yeah, Atama Swakwiso. Then there's Traore. The Burkinabe. He's played in the Premier League for a very long time. Went to the Dutch Eredivisie. He's actually been traveling around. Granit Xhaka, Premier League, Bundesliga. And then Noah Sadiki. Sadiki is a DR Congolese. He joined them from Royal Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgium. So he has experience. And then Enzo Lefebvre was one of the brightest spots in the Le Havre team. Eventually, he got a transfer. He was with Lorient, He got a transfer to Rennes, then AS Roma. It did not really work out for him before he joined Sunderland. And then Isidore. Isidore has been in and out. He's been around the lower ranks, but he's actually someone that has played football at a top level, most especially due to his stint with Zenit St. Petersburg and then Lokomotiv Moscow. But he's played for the likes of Monaco and then some other lower clubs in France. So you carefully look at their team and the kind of players they have. I've not even mentioned Simon Adingra, Brian Broby,
Habib Diarra, and their star boy, Chris Rigg.
Exactly. So clearly it means that they recruited players with relatively experience in the Premier League. And then those who have also had a feel of other top flight leagues, but understand what it means to adapt.
Yes, sir.
If I say that Gertruida, he's played for Feyenoord, but not just that. He has moved elsewhere, adapted in different leagues. Xhaka fits that profile. Premier League's understood it, but he's also played in the Bundesliga. He comes in with his experience. And I think it's actually something that did the magic for them.
Very true.
In my opinion.
As we said, presentation, yes. See, with the Premier League, it is extremely difficult that you can't just come around and play with any kind of players you have. You need to invest, and you need to invest good. And luckily for them, their investment met well with their coach, Regis Lebris.
Yeah.
The kind of football he's playing fit the players so well. And one thing is working for them is the aggressive football. Kekrao. And in the Premier League, if your Kekrao is Kekrowing,
no.
you are good to go. So for now, everything is good for them. I believe that they can keep the run. I said it on Thursday that obviously Arsenal will concede. I look at this Sunderland team, and I knew Arsenal will surely concede. Yes, Arsenal have a top defense. They have been doing well for the past 9 matches, not conceding. But I knew Sunderland will surely score because they are so stubborn, and you will never know. You can never trust your team that you can actually keep a clean sheet against them. I believe they will have a good run, but they always say give time some time.
Okay.
When the time comes, they will fall back to their, realistic place, which is it will be in the top 10, obviously around 9th or 8th or 7th there. But for now, I'm proud of them. They are doing good.
Now, Mike, I think I'm really concerned with the front line of Arsenal. If you're missing players like I have it, Gabriel Jesus, Victor Gyökeres, Gabriel Martinelli, their front line really lacked pace at some point in time.
Okay.
Now, when you are missing key players like this, you need to also manage the time for those who are there. As the game went on, there was a specific substitution that he did. People literally complained about it that Mikel Arteta did not do the right thing at the right time, which personally, it was really absurd for me to hear that particular kind of complaint. Taking Eze out, bringing in Mosquera. You need to manage players like Eze. You need to manage players like Bukayo Saka, Leandro Trossard, because I don't think we have a specific date that we are expecting the likes of Gabriel Martinelli, Victor Gyökeres, and Go to be back. Now, you are fighting in a race, or you are going for a race against a Manchester City team that has actually come in form. We are playing a Champions League.
Yeah.
Just right after the international break, there's Arsenal and Bayern Munich, which we all believe that is the game to look out for in the Champions League because these are two teams who have the 100% record in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a test of character for Arsenal. You might lose that game, Mike. It's early days yet. You can qualify to the next round of the Champions League, but it definitely puts a dent on the confidence that you have if you fail to win. So there's a need to be properly prepared for that game coming up. So I look at Eze's substitution for Mosquera, and I believe that Mikel Arteta might have problems if these guys don't come early. Because the Mosquera sub literally put a lot of pressure on Arsenal. They were put at their back line in deep low blocks against Sunderland, who felt confident going into attack time and again. Which I actually believe if they were still Eze, or Arsenal had maybe Gabriel Martinelli available, Victor Gyökeres available, Sunderland wouldn't have taken that risk. They would have been very careful in the latter minutes of the game, trying to create chances upon chance against Arsenal. Finally, they found what they were looking for. Get good balls into the penalty box, fight for the second balls, and you're going to get your goal. But I think for Mikel Arteta, he complained about the injury situations. But there's a reason why you have the squad depth that you have, Mike. We've spoken about this thing.
But should he not be highlighting an instance that impacted negatively on his side?
I agree with you.
You think a full-strength Arsenal team will not beat Sunderland?
That is why we are saying when we get to a certain stage of your project and you want to win the league, decisions in terms of getting players in quality squad depth and all of these things are very important. That is why anytime we mention who can win the league, we say Arsenal. Why? Because when you take Martinelli out, when you take Bukayo Saka out, when you take Victor Gyökeres out, everybody believes that if you have a front three of Eze, Madueke, and more or less Gabriel Martinelli or someone coming in, Leandro Trossard coming in, this is a good enough front attack to help you win games, especially against the likes of Sunderland and co. No disrespect to Sunderland, they've gotten some good results. But I think for the quality that Arsenal has, these are teams that I believe your front three should be able to be giving you a lot of things. But I think there is a difference between the expectations and reality. What I'm talking about in terms of meeting the standards and getting goals with the likes of Trossard, Eze, and just maybe Madueke, these are expectations. But in reality, I think I will agree with Mikel Arteta that some of these things will take a toll on you. And they will need to find the solutions as soon as possible. Mike, Trossard said a ballad
and then you're fault. Because they be America say Arsenal have the squad, but you see, in football we play with rhythm, fitness. You bet me our Hinkapi to bench. Or what was saying. He has the name on paper. Because Hinkapi grant at bench. But none of fitness and you can't say ne attitude at the same as at that time psychologically Okay. So what I say. Enti a bit more say BBSC you are bringing in Kelly Pra or Ode in Kapi Bem. As at that time, the match fitness to say, and they read them to say
he's not at the level where the regular players or the starters are.
Yes.
And that would take him some time.
Exactly. So I believe still now, Teta, I was sort of dreaming, so okay, these things can happen. You have a big squad. So you try to, you have your squad already who winning games. You always say you don't change the winning side. But try as much as possible to make sure you'll be able to. Why you're lucky, you're in the Champions League, you're in the FA Cup, you're in the other competitions. Make sure so you'll be able to send a bear just in case of injury, but at least you'll be better 15. Come on now, won't be complaining plenty.
Talking of slot, and a slot Liverpool were beaten to pulp at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0. Liverpool feel aggrieved because Van Dijk felt he had given them the equalizer only for the referees and his assistants to award offside as against Liverpool. So the game ended 3-0 in a game that marked the 1,000th game for Pep Guardiola as a manager. And in the game's aftermath, a lot of talking points have evolved out of it. But should that Van Dijk goal have stood?
Clear-cut goal. Clear-cut goal. Mike, you see, this is why people complain of the officiating issues of the English Premier League in recent times. Mm-hmm. And it has become too apparent. Almost every game, there is some contentious decision that comes in because the rule is clear. That rule from IFAB is clear. Mm-hmm. And it's under the general offside rule that the last part is if a player who is in an offside position interferes with play. And in interfering of play, in that instance, it can be divided into two. Did Andy Robertson, was Robertson, right?
Yeah.
Does he block the eye line of Gini Donnarumma? He does not. Does Andy Robertson make an action towards the ball that changes the direction of the ball for it to score? He does not. Does he make an action? Yes, he does. He moves away. So nobody can tell me that ball was an offside. There was no offside with that. So if just for that alone, Arne Slot has every reason to complain, then he has to complain. Because those refereeing decisions have become one too many. If you look at it clearly, Gianluigi Donnarumma was never going to get to that ball, even if Robertson was there or wasn't there. And he wasn't even in the eye line of Gianluigi Donnarumma to start with. So I just do not understand why the referees come out and they tell us that they rule off that goal as an offside goal. I don't agree with them.
So at that point in time, the game was 1-0 and it would have made it 1-1. It kind of alters the dynamics around the game. Yeah. Maybe it sweeps momentum into the camp of Liverpool and then they can turn the game around. So Liverpool denied a fair chance to have a go at Manchester City. And do you think City were helped by that decision?
Mike, so what take on 5 days going to be City?
Really?
Oh yes.
The game is
Michael, that one day you can't see it.
The game is about it's about momentum.
I've seen Liverpool equalize in games and still go on to lose.
Okay.
Mike, you see, for a slot even after the game, he said, aside the referee's decision, City were literally above them in everything.
They were.
And which was true. Meaning, even after that equalizer, the probability that City were still going to go on to win the game is definitely going to be higher.
Yeah.
And I think they have the men.
Okay.
You see, I'm so happy. And you know, Mummy and Kojamio.
Hey!
Na me Fifteen na meto sa anyom no.
Aja minimpa, so me say wa kele enyom no.
15 na meto sa anyom.
Yeah.
Enyom Kellen here there.
You see?
Enyom Kellen there say. Na me kan.
Enyom no Kellen.
I said something about I said something about
like Beckham and Ronaldinho.
I said something about what Pep Guardiola is doing. Fee, we warned you people.
But what has he done?
Okay.
So Pep beats Liverpool 3-0. Is it the win or anything else?
It's the manner of the win that is quite important to me.
So how about Crystal Palace then?
Oh, Crystal Palace, normal.
Palace, they've beaten Liverpool in the League Cup, in the Premier League.
They've shown that they can beat Liverpool.
It's a Brighton.
I just want to understand what makes the whole Pep thing so special.
By beating Liverpool. Mike,
okay.
I think Manchester City were struggling to beat Liverpool in the last few years. In the last 5 games or so, they they have struggled to even get a win against Liverpool.
It's actually the first time they are getting a clean sheet against them in 12 matches.
Now look at this.
Exactly.
And this result has actually come at a time where a lot of people are vilifying Pep Guardiola that he is declining, especially with how City are not playing like how they used to play.
Yeah.
And they believe that Pep Guardiola has lost his touch, especially on this Manchester City team. Now, Mike, I actually believe he has now found a system to bring the best out of certain players who are aligned to direct football. For example, Erling Haaland was literally scoring under Pep Guardiola every single season. But this season is totally different with the way he plays, with the way he links up, with how he moves. Everything has literally changed. Difficult to predict in terms of how Haaland sets himself up. Whenever they move in transition, you know that Erling Haaland with that particular pace, the strength and everything coming at you, you'll be scared. It has actually also maximized the potential of players like Jeremy Doku.
Okay.
Jeremy Doku, in his first few seasons at Manchester City, were complaining that he was not going to fit into their system. Because we believe that Pep Guardiola has actually built a system around his midfielders and number 10s. And he doesn't even like natural wingers playing as his wingers. It got to your time, he was using attacking midfielders as his wingers. Just to have most of his players in the center of the park trying to overload opponents. But this time around, direct football, direct wingers, giving the freedom that Jeremy Doku needed. Mike, near Toby Obey unleashed. We wanted Jeremy Doku unleashed. Because there was too much talent and potential in that boy, especially when he decides to go direct. And the new system now, so. Now he's literally, let me say, on the free roll, most of the players. Because Pep Guardiola literally tells you, when the ball gets to the wing, do whatever you want to do with the ball. And I listened to Jeremy Doku and he was talking about the freedom that he has actually found this season under Pep Guardiola. And when he was going up, the way he loved to keep the ball many a times, until he got to a point in time, they asked him to be passing the ball anytime he got the ball. But this time under Pep Guardiola, this season to be specific, he has been given a certain free role. And this is due to the system that Pep Guardiola has adapted, being direct. And look at the height of Manchester City's defending. Last season, it was around 35, 36, 37 over there. Now it literally drops somewhere to 25, 27. Sometimes even deep low block, trying to hit oppositions in transition. Adapting to the game as he moves on. So we have been complaining about Pep Guardiola changing the system, whether it's going to work or not. But I think certain results breeds confidence. And the results against Liverpool like this, 3-0, Mike, it definitely sends a warning. I think, especially when Arsenal drew against Sunderland. I'm not saying City will come and win the league. So I know I prefer City to win the league.
It is 26-22.
Yes.
How does it work in City's favor?
Because they've won the league before. They've been there before. They've come back 3 times in the last 4 years against league leaders who win the league. Some of these things psychologically, if you are not careful, especially for the opponent, maybe for Man City, me personally, I believe whatever Pep Guardiola is trying to do with his new system is not perfect yet. And personally, I believe one way or the other, Pep Guardiola is one person that I believe he can win the league fee.
Okay.
These are 2 different things altogether. But in reality, fee, I think looking at the Manchester City team and the kind of pressure and the things they are doing now, Arsenal will be the most worried about how Manchester City is 4 points behind them. Manchester City wouldn't be worried about getting to the top to win the league. They might want to win the league, but I think if they don't win the league, nothing actually changes.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to beat them. There's no pressure on them.
Yeah.
As it stands, there's only one team that has a huge burden on its shoulders, and that is Arsenal to win the league. Okay. And the moment there is Manchester City right behind you, psychologically, you need to be very tough, or else you falter in certain games. You look at the body language of Bukayo Saka after the Sunderland game.
We were a bit worried. Should I use worried or concerned that it was only Haaland getting the goals, but against Liverpool, Nico scored, Haaland scored. He even missed a penalty, and then there was also Jeremy Doku. Is it Pep's way of answering us that maybe we worry too much?
You see, no, rephrase the question again. Let me tell you something. No, I'll think to rephrase.
Did Pep prove to us that the concerns we raised about City being a Haaland-dependent side perhaps were a bit far-fetched, and that maybe we jumped the gun in analyzing that?
I think that throughout the 6, 7 years, 8 years that Pep has been in the Premier League, he has been the pace setter. for the very first time this season, he's not a pace setter. He's following the trend. So you remember when Pep came to the English Premier League and everybody said he can't play the tiki-taka football playing out from the back nonsense. And he was chastised. He was beaten 4-0 at Everton. He still pushed on with that and got success with it, right? Then a couple of seasons in, he won the league, came back again and said, okay, fine. Now he's going to go. When he started with high and wide wing fullbacks, Kyle Walker, and then there was one other fullback that way, hugging the touchline, going up and down the touchline. I mean, characteristically, it was more something that Kyle Walker was doing. He goes on to
at the point when there was Benjamin Mendy.
Ben Mendy, exactly.
Mendy.
Doing that 4-3-3 to go wide to keep it.
And then Cancelo.
Cancelo. Then you remember I got to a point where now he started playing flat, 4-back, all defenders, bulky. Even took out Cancelo from his teams. And even for Kyle Walker, I wanted to move on from Kyle Walker, saying that Kyle Walker cannot play that kind of football that he wants to play. Before that, there was the inversion of John Stones from centre back to the middle. That we said was the reignitement of the liberal role to come back into the middle. That led him to winning the treble.
Champion.
Huge for himself. So every time in Pep Guardiola's years in the English Premier League, he has reinvented. He has set the pace. And I think that's why he did that's what he has done in the English Premier League. Before anybody comes, he is like 2 steps ahead of you. Before Antonio Conte played that 3-back and won that season. That was one season that Pep Guardiola was his first season. Antonio Conte comes in, plays a 3-back, catches everybody by surprise, wins the league with it. The next season, Pep Guardiola goes 4-3-3, aggressive, press, counter press, wins the ball high up, turn the possession over, score you. Around that time, he didn't even have a number 9. But we've entered this season, and there has been I won't say the introduction or the advent, but then the reintroduction of the long throwings on the days of Tony Pulis. The same things that Pep came to meet, that he decided not to play. That now teams are looking for more athletic players than even more technical players. Now, if you are technical and you're not athletic, teams want their starting lineup to have like 8 players that are physical. That can play the game. It's like you're playing rugby or American football, but with a small dice of technicality in there. Pep has realized that now he doesn't need to press too much because the combination of games, the many games that the players are playing, they can't press as much as he wants them to press. They can't win the ball in 6 seconds, 9 seconds as much as he wants them to do. So then if sometimes you press high and you don't win the ball, leave the ball for them. Come and defend the edge of your box. When we win the ball, we should have an aggressive physical center back that we can go long to, that will win that duel and then transit to score goals. Also, let us now provide freedom for our number 11 and number 7 so that we don't give them the strict positional play that, okay, stay in this zone. If you get to this zone, pass the ball. Do that. Okay, they will play with Fulfodi. Fulfodi play number 10. Bernardo Silva, number 8, box to box. Go and create chance from there. If you create and you don't come back, leave Jeremy Doku to take players on 2v1, 1v1. Let him do the job in that area. That is exactly what Josep Guardiola has done. And that is how successful the man has done. And now, for the very first time, he is changing to modern trends to the extent that if you look at the Optus and then Athletics data on long balls this season, Pep is part of the team. They have a set structure, but then in all of that too, they vary in terms of the number of times that they want to go quickly into the channels and go and create chances from there and get the goals as much as they want to do. So, yes, I think it's helping him. Yes, I think it's helping him not be too reliant on Erling Haaland, and it's now giving him the ability to now to be able to have other players that score. So Jeremy Doku can score. Now he can have Savinho can also play the kind of football that he wants to play and score. He can have goals from Phil Foden in the game as well. I mean, look at Nico Gonzalez. Pep essentially now plays in something that can look like a 4-1-4-1, allowing Nico Gonzalez to quickly find those. And that's the strength of Nico. Nico's strength is not to be 100% technical and recycle play like a Frankie de Jong. He's not that guy. But what he does is that he takes the game, quickly finds somebody in the half space, quickly finds somebody in a diagonal channel for them to create chances and then play some good football over there.
So, Kiki, can we then say that City has arrived? Because we saw the same with Liverpool. They were in a kind of a mini crisis. They beat Aston Villa. They beat Real Madrid. And they were like, oh, we are back. And Man City was like, hey, kena. Yeah. They've put Liverpool back at where they belong, quote unquote. not to slant them or anything, but they were not really performing at their best this season. City have beaten Liverpool emphatically. Yeah. Does this signal the
he obviously City, I mean Pep Guardiola's team Ukraine signature BB say ultimately are saying. So if things are not going well for Manchester City, it's quite obvious. But when it's going well, you can see. But me from the 80s, I said that Manchester City, Tamani started here predicted a league title, say win a bit first, win a bit second. I said it that the mom will be a right of Pep Guardiola. Well, Pep Guardiola entered a few 2-3 seasons without competing.
Okay.
And looking at last season,
last season went trophyless, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
There's no way better than Pep Guardiola. There be football club for. But looking at how last season, we thought Liverpool was on top of their game, doing everything right. All of a sudden, they decided to spend money to bring a whole new set of players. I knew they need time to adapt. You need time to adapt where Pep Guardiola is. Arsenal and him so okay, they can do something small. They just have to get one good striker and good squad, and they will be fine. Yes, we know they will do it, but I always have one problem with Arsenal, Arteta, or that character. Because what they be our ye be pain, Call last minute and go. Can he stand it? So me analysis ni na Ruben Amorim afen wa abo no hu na ho anompo. Ti wan na be compete. Onipa ba ko betima compete kakra Enzo Maresca. Ono so and then Tom and Jerry and ye kakra o tana no ahwiegu and ye tana no ahwiegu. So Pep Guardiola he has been consistent since the 80s. So I knew that I can't write him off. And looking at this team, the way are all winning the matches. Yes, away matches he's not there, but when it comes to home matches, he's doing so good. Yeah. I look at the team, I look at himself, I look at the City squad. For him to tell us that I am back, City is back. Obviously, they are back, and Nipakura would do anymore, which is Arsenal. If a Liverpool and I inform Chelsea, we are back there, but still we are back at the second place. But Arsenal, no, they should be very careful.
Like the elephant on the tree.
Key.
I almost say Arsenal for no omoye osuna wa fruit ya.
Dan
ya. Obi enim kwan ya osuna no called told ya no so. But ya dan ya ebego amwaba for. So that's what they said. But so let's discuss Pep Guardiola in this context. See, at the beginning I asked the question that is he your greatest Premier League manager? Where would you rank him amongst the greatest Premier League managers? 1,000 games for him, and it is impressive. He has an over 70% in terms of winning. The wins in the games, over 70 win percentage.
Yeah.
That is very impressive. He's not lost more than 20 or 25% of games that he's handled as a manager. Where does he rank in the Premier League contest?
I'll put him in the second place.
Second.
I'll put Sir Alex Ferguson still first.
Why would you rate Fergie ahead of Pep?
Okay. So it depends on where you want to come from.
I take him up on it.
It depends on where you want to come from.
There's this let's go.
It depends on where you want to make the analysis. We always say a good teacher results is seen. And all right. So because of that, so on that basis, all your analysis in the Abekwama Pep Guardiola.
I said the Abekagari level.
There be Abekwama Pep Guardiola.
I guess in the the Marquis na na ya dey ka.
Obianye. Abekwama Pep Guardiola.
Marquis Steve Bruce.
Exactly. Ohe Enzo Maresca. Ohe Eric Ten Hag. Ohe this
Thomas Tuchel.
And Omuni na ye students of Pep Guardiola.
Okay.
Omuni na fan no ni signature ni bi. And omode ka ho no omode, and they have been successful even Mikel Arteta.
Okay.
So because of that, Intino, yes, I will say something for Pep Guardiola. I don't want to even go into the statistics. Playing 1,000 games, winning over 39 trophies from the Barca B to the main Barcelona to Bayern Munich. Yes. Likewise, Alex Ferguson. Let me look at the statistics. I bought 1,566 games, and winning 933. That is over 70%, 75% win rate.
So why is Ferguson better than Pep?
I'm coming from time of Ferguson ever Manchester United in the year 1986.
Okay.
Where was Manchester United? So that time no, can who say na Liverpool and 18 Premier League trophies. Not Manchester United and me say 6 or 4 something, 4 or 6. Okay. One of them. And that time na Manchester United a team with team called relegation for many years. And a coach from Aberdeen ever saw Manchester United.
Okay.
Manchester United was literally nobody. Papa Bia. Okay. Your Champions League you go Kroko ye ni na started free. Ferguson so started free in 1986 eba. Look at a call fast or Manchester United every year ni own. The trophies are win over 13 Premier League trophies. It's a feature Premier League, you know. Or we need 13. I'm Manchester United. Pep Guardiola, ever far a team Mancini nom Pellegrini nom ewum. They were winning trophies. Mancini won the Premier League. Pellegrini won the Premier League.
Yeah.
Nyamia Dumosa Benya, a good owner. They invested so well. On the buyer first season, you change the squad in the first 11. Bakali Sanya, Obia Kotenefi, Kolaro, Obia Kotenefi. We invested big time in the team. So, if we are lucky enough to win Obia or invested big time with team,
we need on why.
What's it?
We need on why.
Send it. Oh,
we invested big time. We cacao.
Saudi for me.
Consultant.
Unya more far.
It was
Yeah, more far. I said, me no unya toka kakra.
Free.
Me bagana. Yeah.
Obia to be awesome.
My men do me more. So looking at the kind of investment that Pep Guardiola and nothing na you catch they be no more dimbi am Pep Guardiola so or
checkbook
manager.
Exactly. I didn't think about checkbook manager. Let's say.
Now be say come out.
I said no person mo ka. Wow, me so wo call Pep Guardiola department na person wo ka.
You think Corey department.
Yeah.
So you think
so I believe say baby a fegi free or be for Manchester United ni baby na wo. Or be Manchester United be baby a well duri. Because of that, Ferguson is the greatest manager of all time when it comes to the Premier League.
Hey.
okay.
But Pep Guardiola there, but the number 2 second place because in the few years I will buy him, while replicating the Ferguson, that year winning 3 trophies, Premier League trophies on a row near their day, and in together, over 39 trophies, Ferguson was 38.
Yeah.
Standard top. We're winning Champions League, Marco about 4 or so.
Yeah, he won 2 with Barcelona, and then he's won 1 with Manchester City.
So 3.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I Ferguson would 2. Apart from that, Premier Leagues, FA Cup, one more winning together.
But Pep has more Premier Leagues than Fergie.
No.
Fergie has around like 11
13.
or so. 13. Then Pep has what?
6. No, 7 or so.
Pep, Fergie did it in how long? 20 something years.
So state your case.
No, okay, so
Casa.
Aidan.
Joseph
Guardiola is the greatest Premier League manager of all time. You can't take it away from me.
That is to you.
Oh, but when he was saying something,
Make kind to me.
Why am I talking for you?
Make kind to me. You will address it as it's supposed to be.
Let's avoid the heckling.
Address it.
You float seamlessly. Allow him to do so.
You flow seamlessly. You'll be a flow. I will say, senior.
Yeah,
Joseph Guardiola is the greatest Premier League manager of all time, and he has been clear in his ideas. This is a manager that before he came to the Premier League, the English people said that he can't do he can't play his football to win there. Okay. In fact, the goalpost has been changed against Pep Guardiola 3 times. There was a point where even when he dominated the Prem, the conversation was like, okay, then make sure that you win the Champions League 2 and let's see. Okay. But wait, let's stick in the English Premier League. I'll take it from 3 schematic areas. Style of play, the dominance of play and its influence of the league, and whether it was able to give him success or not. Because the third part, which is the success and the cohesion argument, is the most important thing. If you have the 2 and you don't have this, it's useless. Okay. And the style of play. Pep came here and he played a kind of football that is known to him, the brand of football that's known to him. The same brand of football that he dominated Spain and the world with. Okay. Before he came, let us not forget, he had held that same Sir Alex Ferguson by hand, beating him at no place but at Wembley. And then came to the English Premier League. Checkbook manager or not, when Pep came to Man City, City were buying. City were willing to buy. City had bought David Silva before Joseph Guardiola came. City had bought Yaya Toure before Joseph Guardiola came. City were willing to invest in money in that team before Joseph Guardiola came. Okay. City had won the league before Joseph Guardiola came. Because they were able to invest and do. And it was
so meaning that they were doing well.
It was at a time, of course. Nobody said Man City were not doing well.
Okay.
But then he took them from a level to another level in the English Premier League. He took them at a club that had won just 2. Okay. Or the Premier Leagues. They've won, no. Had they won 2? They had won just 1 or so.
No, they had won 2. And Roberto
Pellegrini won 1.
And then
Mancini won 1.
Yeah, then he came as one came to has come to 1 6.
Because Watanawa on Watanawa.
Okay.
Watanawa said Mancini.
Okay, Abanu Watanawa. What number who if more or less divide of Salas against the other.
We call.
So Pep Guardiola came. He has done his job. Won it with his style of play, and then evolutionized the league to the extent that everybody, including Sir Alex Ferguson, wanted Pep Guardiola to replace him before he left. They wanted to play that kind of football. In fact, for all the times that people have hired managers in the league, people have wanted people who play like Joseph Guardiola, including Manchester United. And all of the times that they've tried to find people on the side of Pep Guardiola or not, they have failed woefully up to today. Pep has done all of these things, evolutionizing the league from, in fact, not just the league. Championship, League 1, League 2, League 3, and League 4, non-league football.
So I think how the style of play and how the English play their football, because of Pep, transcended just the Premier League.
Yes, in fact, to their national team. To their national team. If you look at the players that are there in that national team,
we are actually having a conversation. You flowed and then communicated exactly your point.
So now open why interject?
No, that is not permitted.
Please go
on.
That's what come your mom.
Go on.
What was my carry? I am a cry yo.
Phoebe, go ahead.
So I am start what?
You want to start afresh?
I said, me no mean say you can any.
Oh, calm down.
I said,
Akomia. Duro swa.
So I'm
at the second thematic area. He revolutionized the league.
Please, I forgot.
That went as far as the English national team, right? Now, this is where it matters most. Doing the unthinkable things as compared to the other people who have done the job in the English Premier League. Because if we say that Pep is the greatest English manager of all time, the English Premier League manager of all time, who do you compare him to? Jose Mourinho, Arsene Wenger, the great Sir Alex Ferguson. And these guys will probably be in any top 5 that you pick. How many times did Jose Mourinho win the league?
Mourinho, I think 3. No, 3. He won 1.
3.
He won 2.
Then he went and came
then
back.
He came back and then he won another.
So Jose Mourinho has not won as much as Pep Guardiola in the league. I'll take him out. How many times did Arsene Wenger win the league?
Wenger should be 3 or 4.
Definitely not up to 6 times. The manager with the most Premier Leagues, obviously, is Sir Alex Ferguson and Pep Guardiola. But what Pep Guardiola has done and what that has made him better than Sir Alex Ferguson when you look at the Premier League in itself. Sir Alex Ferguson had done back-to-back, right? In the English Premier League.
Yeah. He won it 3 times in a row.
Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
He had done it, back-to-back, just 2.
No, why 3 times in Spain?
He had done it 3 times.
Yeah, it's another Pep Guardiola episode.
Okay, calm down.
No, yes, marking scheme.
Okay, and Pep has done the back-to-back 2.
He won 4 in a row.
Yeah, that's I'm coming. He has done the back-to-back, and he has added 1 to make it 4 in a row. That is unthinkable. In an era where there's a lot of money, to the extent, no, you can't. To that era where
no,
but you can't. I'm always speaking.
Let him go on. When he's done, just relax.
In an era where there have been a lot of money, to the extent that even Sunderland can buy the name of the players that you were mentioning earlier. He has won it back to back. 4 times. Watch it. Before that, there is a 100 points record and plus the century points record. Sir Alex Ferguson, he get close to that.
Oh, yeah, 90 points.
Oh, Massa, 100 points record. Don't say 90 points. Then Okano.
Question. So let's say to me,
it is his time, so he can engage
If I say, of course,
cannot interject.
So we have a question.
He can ask you
on your 100 points,
just
on your 100 points.
When you're 100 points.
What we have a question?
I'm saying you know, I'm saying wow.
So which season did Alex Ferguson have?
Almost question. Any park any man son about what is a lizard? Monusia crocodile. No question tier free. A crocodile is the same as lizard. Therefore, me a question. And I want
But so you see, Pep had 100 points record. To the extent that he did more. Again, the number of games wins consistently in the English Premier League. Pep did it. Now again, go and check the difference of Pep Guardiola's dominance in terms of when he wins the league. The gap between him and the second place. 18 points. It had not happened before. 24 points. In the modern era of the English Premier League. Joseph Guardiola. Total dominance. So, to the extent that had there ever been a time where a team from Manchester had dominated the league that much? No. Again, when it comes to Italian treble, in Italy, only Jose Mourinho has done that. With Inter. When you talk about English treble today, how many teams have done English trebles? How many have done English trebles?
Like as of today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah. Active.
There'll be one IAB. Even from before.
Manchester United.
What year?
1999.
1999. They did that English treble.
Yeah.
And Pep Guardiola came.
Another marking scheme.
American. Although 1999, class of 99 was in 92, 91 when. He comes in English record. And in that English record, the league, he made it even way easier what I was going through.
Okay.
In fact, in that season, won not just the treble, won an extra trophy. Could have been more. So for me, what Pep Guardiola has done at Manchester City in the 6 years that he has, then finally, when you say somebody says, "Oh, Sir Alex Ferguson has won 13 English Premier League trophies," no problem. How many years did it take Sir Alex Ferguson to do that? Because we all understand that at the end of the day, for you to have a proper analysis of the situation, you need to compare the rate at which that is done. It can't just be okay.
So
that's one
seasons managed vis-a-vis titles.
The titles that he won.
Okay. So how many seasons? Alex Ferguson, I think 26.
25 years.
25.
Now we need 13.
25 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Then 13 titles.
Yeah.
Then Pep has spent how many years?
Pep, 8 years or 9 years.
Pep 8 years.
I spent 10 seasons.
It's down to 10. This is 9 seasons.
This
is 9
seasons. I don't watch my
So Pep is 16, 9.
Yeah, 9 seasons.
It's 9th season, is this. But I think in his time,
Pep had 10.
No, Pep is going, this is actually because Klopp won 1. Conte won 1. Slot 1. And if he's won 6 titles, then it means this is his 10th season.
10th season. No problem.
So he has 6 in 9.
years.
In 9. He's not completed this season.
In 10, on
in 9.
No,
In 9.
In 10.
So if you do that,
10
if
season,
you do that comparison,
the 10 season,
if you do that comparison,
okay,
he is better than Silas Ferguson.
You should that statistic.
Hence the greatest.
Okay, so when you say greatest, how do you want to explain your greatest? I'll come back to Kiki on this one. Because from what you described, I just listened to you, and what I picked from it is the most successful manager.
Yeah, if you're the most successful, you're the greatest.
Should greatness not go beyond just success in terms of
that is why I looked at it from
accomplishment?
That's why I looked at it from 3 key matches. Because if you bring a new style of play like Antonio Conte, and once you come and play 3 back and you dominate it and you go, you can't be the greatest. You've had a success, but it's not enough. But he brought the style of play.
Okay.
He was successful for a very long time, over a pan. Broke records of the people who had done that before.
Because in my opinion, before I bring Akomia in, I want to look at greatness beyond just accomplishments, but also a legacy, sort of. With Alex Ferguson, what I see in what he did, the legacy was that he paved the way for the UK football system, not just England, to appreciate the need for youth at senior level. Because it looked like everybody was ridiculing what he was doing. You can't win with kids. You can't win with kids. He said, no, you can actually do that. It kind of emboldened the belief that if you run a successful youth project, eventually it could form the backbone for you to leverage on it and then achieve success to a certain level. And I think the zenith was when they won the treble in 1999. You get it? So that actually has become a legacy.
Exactly. But Pep also comes in and says that
because with
you
Pep,
can play the football without playing the English way.
Is it
somebody was already doing that?
No, of course.
That was a young Croft.
So you see, but he didn't win. No, Guardiola did not come and win the English Premier League.
I am
from the school
of course, no problem. But Eric Ten Hag, when he came to play that, did he win the English Premier League?
No, even with that. Even with that, in terms of a style of play thing, I think it is Arsene Wenger who broke that tradition.
That tiki-taka, kind of boy.
No, because Wenger came into the scene, introduced a whole new... What I know of Wenger is that he introduced a whole new way of doing things. Wenger was the one who introduced even the concept of dieting. What players must eat.
The concept of overlaps and underlaps.
I'm not even speaking to... I'm not even speaking to the aspect of the technical stuff, but I'm talking about stuff that has become an embodiment of the Premier League even now. Wenger introduced what players should eat, the lifestyle of players, a certain training regime. He kind of revolutionized how the game should be seen in the UK. So I don't think Pep is the father of style of play.
No, Pep is not the father of style of play. What Pep did, however, is that
he just brought his own style.
Yes, he reinvented that style. And he was successful at a place where people said, you can't play like this and be successful. Again, when you
they told Wenger the same thing. That's why I brought in Wenger. You can't win like this.
I'm about to tell you the difference.
They told Wenger.
Now, when you look at Wenger's style of play, Wenger, although also kept a lot of the ball, but he was much more direct. Pep kept more of the ball. In fact, people said you can't play the Barcelona style. You can't have loads of the ball. You can't have possession every day. You have to play long. He says he won't play long. He says he'll play through the thirds. He will pass the ball and it will come in. Wenger, at some point in time, will use the players that he had to go long.
No, legacy.
No, what I'm saying is that when Wenger did that again, now this is what I'll tell you how it's a legacy. Okay. When Wenger did that, how many teams took that up? I mean, all of us in this room know that to the extent that teams even in lower divisions were playing out from the back. It was not something that was known and done in the English Premier League until Pep Guardiola stayed there for 2-3 seasons or 4 seasons.
No, legacy. It's
a legacy. It's the reason why teams like Antonio Ariola will bring Bournemouth in, and Bournemouth will want to play that style of play. No. This is a team that comes as close in English Premier League. Ideally, they are not supposed to be there. There are lots of the teams that are picking up from them. Go to the lower divisions of English football. When Enzo Maresca won the championship with a record number of points, that's how he played. That's how he played. That's
Akomia, let me come to you.
Akomia, Unim na obey yan pacha. Because at the end, no him so
worry boy.
What can I say?
But Bitefia 70 I think there's one way to describe whatever that you like him to do in the Premier League. He only perfected system.
He perfected a system.
Yeah. And definitely
he didn't invent anything.
No. And Ferguson
was the system already in practice?
Oh yes.
In the Premier League.
Oh yes.
I mean, if you perfect the system, then you're top notch.
Which system was he?
Mike, I actually believe it's a team making people possessive style and some of these things are. We saw Arsenal and Arsene Wenger, to be very honest with you.
Okay, so let me break this. I hate to do it, but Pep was not the first coach to play tiki-taka in the Premier League.
Of course.
Roberto Martinez and Wigan Athletic.
A lot of people.
The season they won the cup against City. That was the kind of football they played with the Hugo, Rodallega, Antonio Valencia. They were the ones that did it. Steve Sidwell and the others.
It confirms one thing, that he perfected a specific system.
So Mama Wapoba.
Yes, he perfected that particular specific system. Mm-hmm. But Ferguson created an empire.
No,
senior. It goes beyond football.
Like I said, I'm out there.
It goes beyond football. Education. One thing about Ferguson, education.
You see, the reason why I'm talking about he created an empire. You see, all those aside, when we are discussing the greatest of all time when it comes to the Premier League, I agree with Michael that in as much as certain coaches won certain trophies, it's important to look at their huge influence outside the number of trophies they actually won, and some of the things that you went through to bet out that particular success story. Now, with Sir Alex Ferguson, I heard you talk about things like when Guardiola came to the league, a lot of people said you cannot play this way, you cannot play that way, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. But let's not forget that when Ferguson came to Manchester United, Mike, we all know this. Because a lot of people actually believe that whatever you did at Aberdeen, it's not something that is going to work at Manchester United. And you can't be successful with Manchester United.
Yes.
There's nothing you can do that can make it work out. Now he beats that particular allegation, comes into the league, dominates the league. And Phil talked about Pep Guardiola winning 4 league trophies in a row. Very good. That is one particular record that stands out. And the 100 points. That I actually believe it is something that has Pep Guardiola's name inscribed on it. And I don't think any coach in this particular era or the next era can actually replicate that as soon as possible. But there's still one thing that Ferguson did that is still running online. He did the repeat 2 solid times. 99, 2000, 2001. Came back again. Did it in 2006, 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
He dominated.
Yes.
But it's also not because of the longevity.
In 25
Mike,
years.
Longevity is always going to...
Because if I do 4 peat in 9 years, and you did 3 peat twice in 25 years, I don't think it is that marvelous.
There's a saying that who he alleges must prove himself until he's able to stay.
No, but on the scale of probability,
no.
You guys are, you did elective maths, right? We now elective maths, right? We elective maths. So if you strike probability, elective.
Normal commerce.
Or strike
what's normal commerce?
I've been brutal.
Tactical intelligence.
If you strike the probability, 4 out of 9, and then 6. Is it even fit to say 3? Okay, so double 3s in 25. Which one is actually...
Mike, you see, whenever we raise the issue about longevity, he won this, longevity, he did this, longevity, he did that. You see, I think one of the greatest things we underrate in this world is longevity.
Yeah.
And how people stay at the top for longer periods.
Okay.
We really underrate it. Because there are a lot of people who can start really good. But for a number of years. There's a reason why Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, they be a set or more apart. Mike, it is because of longevity aside their individual staffs or more. And what you did in that particular amount of years. There is no assurance. Say Pep Guardiola spent 25 years in the Premier League, or the 13 Premier League titles. because he has not done it before.
Oh no, but for somebody who has won 6 in 9 years, there is an assurance mathematically.
Yes,
mathematically, assurance is a probability. Assurance is a probability. Assurance is a probability.
No, relax.
Assurance is probability. Assurance is probability.
In commas, you have permutation.
When the commas has a assurance about a probability.
So we have this saying in Akan. Yes, it's homochichi free insure be catch us then cheme wa yedi nechi
David
ana de ware kotopen no ka so be cry.
Let's forget about it.
So the fact that Peppers won 6 in 9
falls
in line with the analogy.
Bacho metime buso asem kaka.
Bisa me senior.
Okra de me found them. Mama me busa general.
If
you are listening to me, the time Cristiano Ronaldo eje Ballon d'Or be 3 no. Oje Ballon d'Or be 3 ka se Ronaldo aje Ballon d'Or 3 na ho. Na Messi aje say.
Aje 1 was a 2.
Aje 1 was a 2. Messi ba e be je say.
Oje be 5 now ni ada so na mo.
5. But still Ronaldo retire. Ana meboa. Non retire. Adenti na ye nyina so nka se. Ashase Ronaldo timi G3 ntino. The number of years aka Ronaldo ni bia chese Ronaldo betima e call Messi Ballon d'Or dodo na waje no. Life is totally unpredictable until you do it. You can never ever tell me right here say fee.
No.
No. Well, let's go. This analogy that you just give is a wrong analogy.
English teacher.
Mike Manusio. Mike Manusio.
So that was Michael challenge is inner day to me.
Philosopher.
Life is
You see, but on a more serious note, I don't doubt if Pep Guardiola can do that. I know within the time frame, anything can happen.
But the
13 Premier League titles.
13.
Mako 30. Do no legacy home.
Oh, senior for
legacy home. You see, Pep Guardiola, Ababeji League, Mako 6. By Chiremesa 6, no one or dear 2 or 1, I didn't legacy in the Dieja.
Yeah.
Because Pep Guardiola edge 6 no. On Chelsea mo na ebe boss wo. But when Ferguson came to Manchester United, now Liverpool na the best team in the English Premier League. What 18 Premier League titles.
Satam you was saying. Satam no
was 7.
Agüero mo anu aba o.
7.
So like, he did not only win the 13 Premier League titles for winning it, but definitely he knocked somebody off the pitch. So whoa, the whole England also on after so.
Okay, Canberra.
What the 18?
Yeah, was
okay.
7.
What the 18? Okay, Tanase try me maybe.
So he broke the dominance of Liverpool.
Easily. Liverpool was definitely Mike. Who check Premier League as at that time. Liverpool were the best. We won 18. Now the next team is 7. Number 3. You see, Pep Guardiola 4 times now or Gini na no G2 as no or a certain core of a team in the J. And one said answers Kevin De Bruyne, Ike Gandogan, company mo boys na no de omoje J. Mancini mo beji omode.
Yeah.
Enya Mancini de no de beji opamo mu nyina.
Yeah.
Ansa na ba ko no beji na da twemu. Pellegrini mu so de beji bi o.
Beji.
Ansa na Guardiola no beji 2 bi ato aso no so Rodri mu ne niam. But no there was still Gandogan, there was still Kevin De Bruyne. But with Sir Alex Ferguson, Obede 4 different teams to win the Premier League. The early 90s, the late 90s. It is not easy to build 4 dominant teams.
Different.
And the 99, they are not said the Guardiola had a treble. Look at the amount of money Pep Guardiola spent to win the treble.
Hold on.
Obianka says, Obianka says, spend this cap on
time value of money.
Time value of money is very important.
If you check how United were spending and breaking records then, it would have been similar to...
But for 99,
similar to
Cantona.
Mike, but for the 99 to 2001, the core of the team Nangasano. Wouldn't be no me to tell me I was an academy boys.
The BI academy for class of 92.
Ana Ferguson di omo jeje
sa. But when Jay Doka can work on now. Sa 26 years na ka guy never on to 2025. Meboa.
Enkran ketenkete Nicky Bat, Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Gary Neville. Oni ni nua Phil Neville. Omo mi de bia mi no credit to say Gary Neville cry ya dey pass e ka right back so league ni mo a. By Ferguson ankasa improve such place. Omo na betwam goal. Omo kokora kwotena ba bi. The road vanish to so be fam. I'm so bomb with the echo.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Oh, fee.
Never see a chance.
Let's have fun in some corner.
Generational teams have
25 years. One who cannot be generation 25 years.
What will generation be?
Fee.
What do you mean?
Fee.
Please let him.
And the coaches.
The greatest footballer of all time passed through his hands. Oh my Bobo, Lionel Messi. So why am Maka? Ronaldo near why am I make up your Messi.
I don't like what you are doing.
I'm sorry.
So allow him.
Ronaldo need papa.
Boy.
Also
Kasa now.
After that, you have Van Persie mo abese, mo abese ko Van Nistelrooy.
Maybe on Messi go there.
Omo de na twam ko. No Roy Kenny we.
Atwam ko.
Wasabe Tevez.
Oh,
Wasabe tough. And Wasabe ye Cristiano Ronaldo. Last one ye Van Persie.
Van Persie no.
Me ma he match Ferguson Crampo de almost bear 10 defenders abo game as I should be class at the Akoji League.
I know yeah.
Okay.
And there are certain things in the Premier League, no matter how the amount of trophies you've won in the league, which makes you a successful manager, it doesn't actually put a strong legacy to make a case for you as the
So Pep doesn't have a strong legacy.
Oh. No man here can
say okay, say but that's what the one I was now for game.
That be on you.
That's Okasa Mekasai.
Mr. Ward, you can say you. Mr. Ward, you can say you.
So that question is overruled. Go ahead.
Pep Guardiola ba league we more.
Don't mind him. Yeah.
Pep Guardiola ba league we. I don't think the number of years he has won the league, you know.
Yeah.
Wa compete at your peak managers be a
Yes.
Me no, I actually believe say.
And who are the peak managers that?
Oh, as at that time I know mo baso no. Me not sure say Guardiola ba league no, I bet two peak manager will league.
He came to Pep has played against Mourinho.
No pick Mourinho.
Master Jai, what is Big Mourinho? What is Big
Mourinho? Big Mourinho.
What is Big Mourinho?
Mr. Ward, you cannot credit. Then we were here. You were talking about the fact that a next generation. I remember. I remember someone said next generation is our generation.
Yeah, so,
wow, a next generation coaches.
So I'm asking the question. So who are the peak managers?
First of all, that Arsenal team in 2003, 2004.
No, give me the peak managers.
Oh, Arsene Wenger in 2003, 2004.
And who else?
Jose Mourinho in 2004, 2005.
Who else?
Roberto Mancini in 2012.
Roberto Mancini, big manager.
Yes. Roberto Mancini, what do you mean? What do you mean?
And then who else?
Andoni Areola 2008, big manager.
Then Carlo Ancelotti too. He faced Alex Ferguson faced Carlo Ancelotti.
David Moyes.
So that was peak Carlo Ancelotti.
You see?
Was it peak Carlo Ancelotti?
Was it peak Carlo Ancelotti? Peak Carlo Ancelotti.
So which year did Ancelotti join Chelsea?
0506 or?
No, it was late.
05, I don't know.
It's either 08, 09, around that year. And it was just after he had won.
Rafa Benitez Munao.
Rafa Benitez Munao. Alex Ferguson considered just 15 goals in a season.
Jose Mourinho. That is
so
why
let's wrap up.
That is why I'm saying, say, look at the competitive nature of that. They had the Jose Mourinho mobile. Ferguson not who said no, but maybe a Ferguson a jet team. He made Manchester United the biggest club at a point in time in the world.
We are still the biggest club on earth right now.
You are not the biggest club.
Your greatest Premier League manager is Alex Ferguson.
So until say obedi 13 ni bi ba.
No, oje 13 ni bi kra na masa.
Your greatest Premier League manager.
Sir, me repeat your kind. The great on the kind. Me kind. On all can obo Mourinho, obo
Alex Ferguson. But if Pep leaves the Premier League, they'll call him the great. He will be knighted.
The greatest Premier League manager
afternoon.
Is Alex Ferguson. Yours is Pep Guardiola.
Joseph Guardiola. The great.
The only place I want to use to disqualify Alex Ferguson is the greatest leave a legacy behind and it continues. I think Ferguson was a bad leader that he left at a point in time where it actually led to catastrophe at the club. That is the dent he has on him. Every great leader leaves behind a legacy, something that is sustained and continued. Ferguson did not do that. That is what actually makes me want to plummet his greatness from the top to maybe the middle stage. Guardiola has not left yet. I want to see how he also leaves Man City. Then I will make an informed decision.
But it will be better
now. I don't think Pep is better than.
See, Mr. Bodi, it will be better because and Biaba, I'm right now. I was talking about say first partner managers or coaches. They are literally everything. I'm the sporting director. I'm the AC. But see right now, Man City.
By the time that Ferguson was leaving, that was in practice.
As at that time, David
Gill,
and then the Koyama, Ed Woodward.
Yeah.
And the Besum, then say Ed Woodward, not your accountant.
Who actually rubber stamped it? The Glazers.
The Glazers.
Ferguson gave is okay.
Ferguson
He gave is okay.
Now.
So that is my issue with him. Apart from how he left Manchester United, is actually something that would taint his legacy. But apart from that, I think as it stands now, there is no other Premier League manager who is greater than he was. So it has to be him. Guys, so wrap up the conversation. But you can have the conversation also in the comment section. Who is your greatest Premier League manager? It is much more of a divided opinion here. Akumi and Kiki stand with Sir Alex Ferguson. Fifi is unrepentant in his stance that it remains Pep Guardiola. I am much more torn in between. I think it has to do with when Pep leaves, and then we can do a better analysis of it. But you can just drop your comments in the comment section. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you. We'll be back again to bring you yet another episode of the 4 Post Podcast. Yet from Kiki Monte, Akomi Ajemfi Michael, Fifi Manfred. My name is Asari Bodu. I am not an ex-convict.